And we are live. We are. Why did we're not at Everton? But yes, hello guys. Welcome to another live stream. I'm of course Joe Skell, and of course your host for today. And of course it's the big one: Sunderland against Doncaster Rovers. And what a game we've got for you. Two sides desperate of being in the playoffs, of course. And there we go. Yes. So I want to say though, we've got our first guy. Yes. Hello, Jake. We'll say hello. Yes, so we are live, of course. Yes, let's actually drill you through the teams as well. Starting with Sunderland, of course. In goal is Burge. It's a back four of McLaughlin, Wright, McFadden, and Sanderson. Scowen, Powell, and O'Nien in midfield, and of course Gooch, Charlie White, and Aidan McGeady is your front three. As for Rovers, then in goal, Ellery Balcom, back four, Brad Halliday, Joe Wright, of course, replaces Tom Anderson, who's got a concussion, and of course is not eligible to play today. Alongside him, Andy Butler and Cameron John. Maggie Gomez returns. Can't be. What are you talking about games being cancelled, mate? It can't be. The game kicks off in 15 minutes. Oh, bless you, mate. Bless you. As I say, it got. Oh, the Blackpool game. Oh, right. I thought you meant Donny. Crikey, I thought I was about to go. What? I paid £10 for live stream. So who? What's that? He's in Sunderland in a pub. Yeah, just a bit, mate. Okay, so as I said, Gomez and Smith as holding midfielders. Your midfield three: John Taylor, Taylor Richards, and Reece James, and of course, it's a first start for Omar Bogle, the signing, of course, in January. So, of course, we've got a big loads of things to get through today because I just want to know first thing. So Liverpool losing today against Leicester. I want to know what you guys thought of that because that honestly that was like the self-destruction of Liverpool FC right there. But as I said, we've got big games. Of course, it finished in the Championship. Nottingham Forest 0, Bournemouth 0. The games in League One today. Wimbledon, of course, is off. Blackpool is off. Give City the Prem title. Yeah, pretty much I would say so now. That would be their odds-on favourite to win it now. Yeah, absolutely. Liverpool are in the mud. Absolutely. I think if Liverpool finish outside Europe, outside Champions League, I think Klopp could be in the firing line, but we'll have to see. Any other games in League One today? Charlton against Gillingham. Crew, of course, was postponed yesterday, of course. No Hull against MK Dons today. I'd say dropping for the next game. I'd play Keller. Yes, good point, Jake. If you, of course, Jake goes and does Midlands games. He's big fan of Hensford. If you go subscribe to him now, he's on the way to 100 subscribers. For me, I'm on the way to 1,000 subscribers. So if you're new around here, of course, drop a like and subscribe to the channel as well. We are killing it. You guys have been liking this at the minute. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, there's got to be a point though where you've got to think, right, is they just lack, I don't know, they lack a plan B at times, Liverpool. Anytime they come up against, like you saw it against Brighton and Burnley, they just didn't have that killer instinct to go, right, we're gonna get through them. But I'm not here to talk about Liverpool, I'm here to talk about Donny Rovers. So other games today, Northampton against Burton in League One, Plymouth against Fleetwood, that could be a good game. But of course, the game of the day, in my opinion, is of course Sunderland, Doncaster Rovers, 5th place, 7th. Yeah, well, Van Dijk, he's a major part he's a major part in the team. He's going to be, of course, he's going to sadly be missed. But I'm afraid, that I always think, that Kabak could have been a decent signing for Liverpool. But of course, he made a couple of errors today. But Leicester are a good side. Don't get me wrong. They've got some world class players. Big fan of James Maddison, of course, and I do think. Southgate's got to take him for England. Has to. I mean, he's been and Harvey Barnes. He's been one of the star players for Leicester this season. I would, yeah. If I was Klopp, I would have started Ben Davies and Kabak and played Henderson in midfield. But there you go. As we'll run through the stats, of course. Yeah, there's 2 draws between Sunderland and Donny. Finished 1-1 at the Chemo, finished 0-0 at Stadium of Light last season. Rovers are 7 points ahead of Sunderland, of course, in the table. And of course, both come with defeats in midweek. So it's just inevitable of who's going to blink first in the game today. But I have to say though, if I go through some of the main guys, I would say main areas, of course, Lyndon Goose against his old club, he had a loan spell at Donny under Darren Ferguson. That was a bad time. So, in my opinion, the I'd say the deadly men, of course, McGeady and White as for Rovers, of course. I'd be interested to see how Omar Bogle plays today, of course. It's Lee. Hello, mate. I hope you're all good. Hope we keeping safe. Of course, I want to say I hope everyone's keeping safe as well. We are nearly out of it, but there's still a long way to go. But of course, you know, we'd love to be in stadiums, of course, you know, but unfortunately that's not the case. But you know, hopefully, fingers crossed, we should be back there very soon. So. If there's anything you want to ask me today, it's not just the game, of course, and we're going to be keeping track on all the games today. If there's any debates any questions you want to ask about football, I'll ask them. I'd love to ask and get some debates going because, I get pretty lonely. No, I'm kidding, of course, but it's good to see it. It's good to see Sims back, of course, on the bench. I'm pleased for that. I mean, look on the bench today. Bostock, Greaves, Robertson, Lakilo, who scored in midweek against Fleetwood. Okanabiri is dropped. And Josh Sims is back after his ankle injury. Fleetwood, I didn't stream on Tuesday. I had a bit of I had some uni work to do, and I had some meetings to go to, so I couldn't. My time was a bit taken up, but I wanted to do one today. Yeah, I won 3-0. Will in the darts. I averaged 62 against him. I almost took out 1-6-1 to win the game. But yeah, no, it was a good game. Good game between me and Spike. Dill. Yeah, Ed Williams. It's a difficult one because Ed, the couple of times I've seen, the game against FC United, I thought he was pretty good. No disrespect to FC United Manchester, but at the same time, though, I just don't think he's League One, a League One player. I think he's League Two at best, maybe top end National League. But he was okay actually. He took it with good grace, the defeat. But that was it was a good game. Of course, I don't know. I think I've still got to play Freddie. Actually, I don't know how many games are left in the league. But England team: Pope, Wan-Bissaka, Walker, Stones, Maguire. Sure. Yeah. Well, I know. No, Danny Amos. I know. It's a shame. It is a shame. But now, of course, I could say he's injured. Of course, I believe. But yeah, good. Hopefully, he comes back very soon. But his game has been postponed. Yes, I know. It got announced yesterday. We were looking at as part of uni. We were looking at it, and they called it off. Wait, no, I'm talking about Crew. I don't know whether they called it off this morning or because certainly yesterday they were still adamant they were going to go ahead with the game. One of our reporters spoke to Aaron Wilbraham at Shrewsbury. So, as for your team there, Kizza, I would say, I know it was a shame because 9 miles up the road we were playing Fleetwood, and that pitch, when I saw the highlights, was borderline playable at times. I'm not trying to make excuses because we were pretty bang average against Fleetwood, but the pitch was very much was borderline playable at times. as I just see, Sancho's just scored for Dortmund as the 1-0 up. Don't ask why I've got notifications for Dortmund, but yeah, Jadon Sancho's just scored. As for the England team, Kizza, I would say yes. I'd certainly start Wan-Bissaka. I would certainly play Nick Pope. I think Nick Pope's been one of the best keepers in the Premier League this season. Certainly been one of the most underrated, I'd say, in the last year or two. I think, personally, I do think Pope will leave Burnley maybe in the summer to someone. I think Everton should go after him. I think he'd be the type of player that Everton would have. Or although I did hear Donnarumma's actually out of contract in the summer, so maybe he might follow Ancelotti there. But I mean, sometimes your pitch can be a bit of a ploughman's field, really, at Bloomfield Road. But then again, we can't really say anything because I remember days when we went up from League One, we were putting sand down our pitch, so I can't really say too much about that. But yeah, Fleetwood's pitch was bad. Yeah, Fleetwood. There's always seemed to be a couple of teams we always seem to struggle with. One of them is Gillingham. I don't know. The last couple of seasons we've done all right against them. One of them is Shrewsbury. Of all the time, I'd say last few years we've never seemed to get the better of Shrewsbury, and the other one being Fleetwood. So yeah, there is that gaggle of teams, but of course we are, like I said, we are now just 4 minutes away from kickoff here at the Stadium of Light. It is a huge game for two sides, and if you're new around here, of course, hello, my name is Joe Scale, and of course I would be going to grounds, but of course we're not. We are in lockdown. But if you're new around here, of course, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, well, your team was neglected for years at Blackpool, so I can understand why there's been a lot of changes and a lot of money being spent at the club to try and sort of get the facilities a lot better. But my leg is I've got a dead leg. Wimbledon, yeah, especially at their ground, we always seem to struggle against Wimbledon. But yeah, Sunderland over the last couple of seasons, we never seem to get the better of them. Mainly at home, I think we've not beaten them. And again, I went to the game when they beat us 2-0. And if you haven't watched it, go check it out because that was a great day out, but just the wrong scoreline. But as Sunderland come out now in their red and white kit, red and white top with black shorts and red socks. Is it not? Oh, cry. So, well, I'm guessing. Do you think that you could move, or do you think that just needs upgrading at Blackpool? We never win at Fleetwood. Well, yeah, true. I mean, I have to say though, is the game 3? Woo! Almost felt that over then. Whoopsie. No, I paid £10 for it. Are you talking about the stream now? Fair enough. I can't argue with that. But yes, so of course Doncaster Rovers in their change strip. Of course, not wearing it today. Of course, I've got a meeting later, so I'm having to dress up quite nicely. Is the game 3? No, I paid £10 for it. If you go on the website, you can pay £10 for it. But there's probably the idea is probably you're going to be moving a bit further out. I'd say there's quite a lot of land down like near Pootley Filed. They could put a training pitch there. It's not. I mean, there's a lot of space there, and you're not a million miles away from Bloomfield Road from there. So, you know, it's all the same to me. But anyway, the two teams are right now just about to kick off here at the Stadium of Light. Of course, it's literally just a field, but it's literally just a field by our pitch. All right, okay. That pull is only a thing because of little T and Sophie aspirin. Wait, what? Wait, what does that mean? I have no idea. I've no idea what that is, but yes, of course, as I said, we're going to keep across all the goals around the grounds, of course, and all the games around the. Oh, I forgot to do about score prediction. Yes, I think. Yeah, thanks for that. Tough game. I would probably go 2-1 to Donny. What's everyone's score predictions for today? It's going to be yeah. I want to know what's. No, I haven't heard them. I mean, there's a lot of like. I do listen to a bit of grime, but I don't listen to a lot. BG Media. No, I've never heard them, mate. I haven't. 1-1, Lee. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have to say though, it's well, I don't know. I mean, I'd love to see us win. We need to win really because barring that Hull drop points against MK Dons, we'll go above them. So we really could do with winning today and beating Sunderland, especially after the poor. And it's away there by Joe Wright. 3-2 to Donny. Yeah, I'm thinking that we are going to concede there as Sunderland move forward here. And it's yeah, true. I mean, thing is though, he's got a lot of experience. Simon Grayson, he knows how to get out of League One, but he's becoming a bit of a dinosaur in that league now. A bit like Paul Lambert. No offense, Lee. I mean, I do think when it comes to it with Lee, do you think that Lambert should go at the end of the season if they don't get into the playoffs? Rovers break here through John Taylor. It's 1-on-1. It's John Taylor. It's John Taylor. Oh, there was a save by Burge. A good chance there for John Taylor on the break there. Lovely cuts inside, a little bit like he scored against Oxford last week. Cut inside, but his shot wasn't a lot of. Yeah, Northampton are one of those sides really. You don't seem to know what you get. They're a bit of a tricky side, but there's Rovers with Bogle out to Brad Halliday. Yeah, I was going to say a tough game for you on Tuesday for Ipswich. It's Bogle. We're going to keep, like I said, we're going to keep across all. And Gillingham have scored against Charlton. It's 1-0, and it's a goal by Ollie Lee. So Gillingham winning at Charlton. So that's good news for Sunderland. His last 3 jobs without going to. Well, I'm afraid that, I mean, that's it. I think the thing is with Fleetwood, he's coming to a side that's not exactly terrible. It's Wednesday. Oh, okay. Fair dues. Yeah, we really need to beat Accrington. Again, that was a rearranged game that should have happened on Boxing Day, but of course we got COVID, so of course that never really happened. So we'll check around any of the grounds if there's any other goals that have gone in. There's only 2 games in League 2 today. Checking the Championship, any goals have flown in? Nope. So only goals have gone in is Gillingham. So yeah, big fat Steve Evans has done it well. Sunderland come down his right hand side as Joe Wright mops up. Mid-table. That's a bit. No, not a chance. Not a chance. We're not finishing mid-table. If we lose today, it's not the end of the world. But we've got to be. These are the games we've got to be winning. These are if we're going to be once in playoffs. These are the teams we've got to be winning, beating, and taking points off, because otherwise they're going to do the same to us, and we're going to end up, like you say, finishing outside the playoffs if we're not careful. But as Rovers come forward here, and it's Cameron John, this left-hand side, he's moving forward here. He's got Omar Bogle in the box, and it's going to be a corner. Is it? Yep, it's a corner. Yeah, I'd love to see us go up, Dylan. I really do. It would mean the world to me, actually. It really would. So there's no goals in the National League and in the Championship that's gone in whilst we're waiting for the corner to be taken. Nope. And there's no goals in the Premier League. The Roker Roar back in the day. I'm not old enough to remember the Roker, actually. I've got a deadline because Rovers are going to take the corner short. and they mess it up. God's sake. They used to have a Jesus Christ. Watford 1-0. Oh yeah, it's just come through. Just come through, yes. Watford have just scored. They had Nigel Pearson on the thingy the other day. That was didn't realise how slow he actually talks. I'm gonna have to stand up for a sec. That was it. Premier League. Yeah. I've got feeling back in my leg. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So let's just see who scored for Watford. I believe. Yep. Ken Sema has just scored. So 1-0 to Watford. The goals are slowly coming in. But there's no goals yet. So I was going to say fair play to Blackpool for getting to the Premier League, which is now another 10 years ago. Christ. I was in secondary school when Blackpool were in the Premier League. Under Holloway and that team. To be honest, that side that Holloway had coming up against that Cardiff side, they had the likes of Chopper and Whittingham and all that. There were some class players. The Sunderland are now breaking to this left-hand side. And it's Lyndon Goose down this left-hand side, and it's defended well by Joe Wright, and it's a corner to Sunderland. That's the problem, though. That's the thing, and that just really sums up modern football, that Dylan. Because on a whole, because they see success and they see them going well, and then they have one defeat, and next thing you know, they're calling for the manager's head. Hey, yes, hello, Kizza. How you doing, man? Hope you're good, and I hope you're keeping safe, mate. As Sunderland have got a corner, I believe it's McGeady, or I think it's Gooch actually taking the corner. No, it's McGeady's going to have this corner whipped in. And Sunderland have scored. Oh, for God's sake. Jesus Christ. 1-0 to Sunderland. Brilliant. I think who scored? It looks like Sanderson has scored. Brilliant. Oh. So 1-0 to Sunderland. Oh, it's Charlie White. Sorry, my mistake. And the pain goes on. No. Burnley have scored. Yeah. Let's have a look. Who scored for Burnley? Goodmanson has scored for Burnley. They're 1-0 up. All right, Spike. How you doing, man? Yeah. Brilliant. Look at the goals as well. Any other goals in? No goals so far. So 1-0 to Sunderland here on this live stream. If you're new around here, hello. My name is Joe Skellen. If you're new around here, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are, as Sunderland, are 1-0 up through Charlie White. So set pieces again, destroying Doncaster Rovers. Oh, for God's sake, that's the second time that's happened. There we go. Yeah. Defending was awful, Dylan. Absolutely awful. Like, it's just we can't seem to defend a set piece. That's the thing. But yeah. Played him on Gundogan. Yeah, what's his rating actually? Is it because I'm guessing he's like 88? Is he 88 or something like that? Hold on a sec. Sunderland have got a chance here. Typical 86. That's not bad actually. As he whipped it back in, and it's away there by Joe Wright. 86. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, you lose Anderson's sort of leadership, and it all goes wrong. I don't know. It just. No, true. We haven't, to be honest, we haven't beaten Sunderland since a friendly back in 2015. That's how long ago it is. Yeah, but what is he, centre mid, or is he is he attacking mid? Well, I don't know why he's starting to play Butler. I just think Butler just is not cut out for League One at all anymore. I just think his pace is starting. He's lost he's lost all his pace. He's still not a bad leader, but he's just. I don't think he's cut for League One. If he can't cut in League Two, then I don't know why he could cut it. I know the fact that he manages the Donny Bells, but I just think a couple of times in situations he doesn't have it what it takes anymore. Oh, and I must apologise for the mug. Sorry, I've had this years, so yeah, don't judge me. I like WWE. So I'll just check. Let's just go around the grounds, of course. Starting the Premier League, of course, it's Crystal Palace 0, Burnley 1. Of course, we know it's now 2-0 to Burnley. They've just gone 2-0 up through Jay Rodriguez. So Burnley going well. Yeah, I know WWE is. Yeah, I know. No goal apart from Watford, a 1-0 up in the Championship against Bristol City. In League One, Charlton 0, Gillingham 1. Of course, they took the lead very early. Gillingham, Sunderland are 1-0 up, and of course, looking quite comfortable actually. Sunderland down this left hand side. It's McGeady. Oh, it's Wyke. It's 2-0 to Sunderland. Absolutely appalling. Charlie Wyke has just been, he's absolutely battering centre backs in the air. It's 2-0. Wow. Oh, no. No, 2-0. Well, Dylan's prediction of 3-2 to Donny's still on. But, Charlie Wyke's made it 2-0. Liam Feeney, county legend. Yeah, to be fair, Liam Feeney is a good player. He is a class player. It's 2-0. We'll go around it. Bolton 1, Stevenage 0 in League 2. Cambridge 0, Southend 0. Any goals in the National League? No goals in the National League. We're going in mid-table. No, we're not. I'm not giving up that easily. Look, sooner or later, Rovers were going to hit a bad patch. Sooner or later, it was going to happen. But we're coming at the wrong time here. Oh, unbelievable. 2-0 to Sunderland as we played over 12 minutes in the game today. Of course, if you're new around here, of course, let's just say hello. My name is Joe Scale. Of course, if you're new around here, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. And what is a frustrating 12 minutes for Rovers. Started okay, had a chance through John Taylor, but Sunderland going 2-0 up. It's kind of dented Rovers a bit, and it's I would say it's given a bit of a shell shock actually. 1-1 out the window. Yeah, now it's just in the air. In the air, Rovers have just been absolutely done in. But Neil Critchley sacked at Blackpool. Well, who would come in though? Like who's out there right now that would come in? Unless, I mean, you could take Mickey Mellon if you want. He did wonders at Tranmere Rovers. Taking the National League. Gloucester 0, Chorley 0 in National League North. Jim Gannon. Jim Gannon's a good. Yeah, I can't see the Cowley brothers dropping down to League One though. I couldn't. I think that he could. I think Cowley. It gets to a point where Cowley, I think, will be. Will want something in the Championship, but again, it'd just be a question of who. But if he's got absolutely no choice, I think he'd want a team that's up, up at the sharp end of League One. No disrespect to Blackpool. Plymouth are 1-0 up against Fleetwood inside 14 minutes. An own goal by Harrison Holgate. Cardiff Brothers of West Brom. They probably do all right again. But the problem is, though, and I think it was you that said it, Yeah, Reece James is playing. He's playing left wing. Cameron John's playing left back. He's got this obsession that Cameron John's playing left back. I can't fathom that. Although I know he's performed quite well in recent games, but if Paul Lambert can't get Ipswich out of League One, then someone needs to. There's got to be a point that some of the football that Lambert plays is boring. I remember at Wolves, he was boring. No, Tulloch's injured at the minute. Tulloch he's been injured for a lot. He's not featured Tulloch since I think it was I want to say November. He's been out for a while. But the thing is, Spike though, it's he's gone. All right, okay. Didn't notice myself really. Thing is though, anyone that goes into West Brom right now has got the same problems as what Sam Allardyce has got because no one's going to back him, and you're going to get to a point where there's Rovers break now, and it's Taylor Richards. It's blocked. It's still Taylor Richards on the ball. Cross goal. Oh, Bogle. He literally fired at him and he couldn't do anything about it. I think it's offside, actually. I believe. Is it? It must be offside, actually, from that cut. From that. Yeah, it's a goal kick. Sorry, my mistake. Yeah, good chance there. Rovers have started all right. Well, they started okay. Then going 2-0 down, it's kind of shell-shocked them. But they've done okay since they've gone 2-0 down. 4-3 to Donny. Yeah, I'd take that. I'd take that any day of the week right now. He's back at West Brom. He's back in September. Yeah, that's it. I remember someone was saying to me that he's been a bit of an injury-prone player since he's come in. I don't know how much that's true, but we were taking a chance on him when we signed him. So, although he looked okay when he played a couple of games for us, he looked all right. But well, it's one of those. Eddie Howe will go to Celtic. He'll be wanting somewhere that's because although Celtic have seemed to be very reluctant to try and get rid of Neil Lennon, the dream would be Ian Holloway and Charlie Adam. That would be good, but nostalgia is a lovely thing, mate. It's great, but it's sometimes nostalgia doesn't work, and unfortunately, it gets to a point where you go, well, what can you do? The only other thing I could see being available could be you've got Pulis. Pulis is available. Would you take Pulis back? No. But yes, we played nearly 18 minutes. It's 2-0 to Sunderland. We're looking quite comfortable on the ball at the minute. It's yeah, well, there you go. Charlie White's got 2, I'll put 2 next to him there. I'd take him if we stayed up. Well, that's it. Well, the problem is Sam Allardyce is becoming. It's a bit like when Harry Redknapp was at QPR. He barely walked the championship, and yet when they got to the Premier League, they just had no idea. And a lot of the players that they brought in were too old, like Richard Dunn and Rob Green, and you had Joey Barton, and you had oh God, who else was playing? Nico Cranshaw. They're just like, I know it was like, yes, let's get the band back together, but Christ Almighty, you've got to move on. And the only good thing from QPR that season was Charlie Austin. Chance, and it's away. They've been a bit more positive, Rovers, but again, we can't give people 2-0 head starts. That's the only thing. Pulis was very successful. He was He was until his style of football kind of ran out out of steam. But the thing, Mark Hughes is another one available. Kieran, would you not take Pulis at Blackpool, would you? That's for a refund. We're out of date. Thing is, Dylan, there's going to get to a point where we were going to drop points at some point. It just gets to a point where it was going to be at some point we're going to start dropping points in some aspects. He'd finish his career at Blackpool. Look, if he comes back as a player manager role, then that's not such a bad thing. But if I was Charlie, I'd need someone with him. So a very experienced head there next to him so he can learn. Bit like I was going to say Rooney, but then Philip Cocu wasn't really the guy. Although it's so weird seeing Cocu not doing so well, didn't do so well, even though he did PSV well. Charlie Adam, I think he's playing in Scotland actually. I think he's playing for in Scotland. I want to say Dundee, but Danny Carr would be classed at anyone in League One. Yeah, he would. I mean, again, that's it. Dundee. I thought it was. I thought I'd seen him at Dundee at some point. Yeah, playing on TV. But Holloway and Adam back together. Look, if it turned out to be the case, then so be it. But Holloway, I don't know. I think last time I saw Holloway, he was at Grimsby. I don't know if is he still at Grimsby? I'm pretty sure he is. He seems to be doing okay at Grimsby, actually. Well, the thing is, that was the board. Well, it wasn't so much the board at West Brom that treated Darren Moore badly. It was, Graham Jones who decided to take the realms of taking the team. But there we go. As Rovers come forward here, it's Taylor Richards. And it's still, that's a good save from Burge there. And it still remains 2-0. It's he's been a very positive. I had doubts over him. I had doubts about him when he first came because I wasn't so sure what he was going to be like. Is he midfield? Sunderland they're in. It's McGeady. It's a brilliant challenge, Brad Halliday. Excellent challenge. I think proper on the edge. Proper on the edge. I mean, after that Lincoln game when they missed 2 penalties, God Almighty, that was not healthy whatsoever. Yeah, that's it. I thought so. Yeah, because I remember him having some beef with the board over lots of over financial problems. Brendan Rodgers, as a manager, seems to take over teams and take the glory for what previous managers have built. No, but I'll give Brendan Rodgers a lot of credit. The thing is with Brendan Rodgers is that he's come to a side that, let's be honest, was all right. It was not a bad team. They just needed a few players to really start challenging for Europe because I do believe they'll finish in the chat. I do think they'll finish in the top 4. Now, whoever finishes 4th is going to be 4th place is up for grabs. Top 2 is sewn up now. Probably the title's sewn up, but the Weymouth score. I could check for you now, mate. Currently, Weymouth are Weymouth is postponed. Oh, it's a catfish. All right. Okay. Fair. Cheers, Will. Cheers for that. Yeah, too right, Tony. We are absolutely it was just a shell shock because Rovers are coming forward here. It's a chance, and it's wide. And it's Bogle again. Bogle, he started okay, he looked up. It was a nice move there. He checked inside two there. Nice work, but drags a shot wide. It wasn't a great effort. Yeah, Will, I'll come down. I'll drop into your stream tomorrow, mate. I'll drop in and say hello. I'd say Adam to be the assistant to Holloway. I wouldn't give Adam the realms. You want Holloway to be manager to try and give that that assistance really. But there you go. We'll go through the scores as it is right now. So in the Premier League, it's Crystal Palace 0, Burnley 2. In the Championship, it finished Forest 0, Bournemouth 0, Birmingham 0, Luton 0, Cardiff 0, Coventry 0, Derby 1, Middlesbrough 0, Huddersfield 1, Wickham 0, Norwich 1, Stoke 0, Reading are 1 up against Millwall, and of course Watford are now 2 up against Bristol City. An own goal. Well, Ismail Sarr actually has scored for. So into League One, Charlton, of course, 1-1 against Gillingham. No goals between Hull and MK Dons. Northampton 0, Burton 0. Plymouth 1, Fleetwood 0. Of course, Sunderland are 2 up against Donny. Of course, we know. Into League Two, Bolton are 1 up against Stevenage. It's currently Cambridge 0, Southend 0. 307 people. Christ almighty. Well, they have. I mean, that fan channel is, let's be honest, it's a lot bigger than mine. But at the same time, though, it's one of that. I'm trying to entertain. That's the thing. But of course, I want to entertain for everyone that's right there. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate your words. Yeah. I could say you're you're Robbo. I'll take that. I'm not a bad guy. Not bad. International League. Stockport 0, Aldershot 0, Sutton 0, Bournemouth 0, Yeovil 0, Altrincham 0 in National League. So there's not many big goals in the National League, not many goals in League Two, not many goals in League One, of course. But of course, a lot of games have been postponed. If you're new around here, of course, I'm Joe Skellin. Drop a like, of course, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. And yes, we are currently 2-0 down to Sunderland. We have played 27 minutes. All right, okay. I haven't tapped into that market yet, but if I do, then I've done all right. So if I could tap into that market, that'd be quite good. But no, I'm really pleased that I'm really. I want to say, big thank you to everyone that's come and joined on the stream today. I really appreciate you all, and yes, I'm really proud to have you on. Of course, we'll be doing a lot more of these as well, since we can't go to any football at the minute. But hopefully, I'd love to, mate. If we can get to 1,000 before June, that would mean the absolute world to me. And of course, Villa or Brighton. You'd think Villa would see off Brighton, but Brighton are going to try and dig in. They're going to try and dig in against Villa, and of course I've got Grealish in my fantasy team, so and Ollie Watkins, so I kind of want them to do well. Yes, well, we have beaten Sunderland just in a friendly, but we've never beaten them in the league. As Rovers got a free kick down this right-hand side here. Smith with the free kick, and it's headed away out to Cameron John, who has absolutely... Will Liverpool get top four? In my opinion, the way that they're playing, no, because they look a bit toothless. And now Sunderland are breaking, as Brad Halliday does well. Brad Halliday does well back to Balcom. Liverpool, if the way that they're playing right now and they capitulate what they've just done, Jesus Christ, they will not finish in the top four. They'll finish fifth. It'll be Liverpool or Chelsea for top four. West Ham will fall away. Everton will fall away, but those two will finish in Europa League. So, Darren Morris. Darren Morris shy. Well, no, he's not. But I'm glad he didn't win Manager of the Month because it's an absolute curse, that Manager of the Month thing. Glad Grant McCann did it. So that's now cursed Hull. Good. City will win it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised by that. 100%. And they just look, when I watched them today they just looked. Robbo, what team do you support? And it's now 3-0 and White's got a hat trick. Wow. 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 Oh, you're a Villa fan? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, fair dude. Fair play. It's 3-0. Absolutely. It's a free header. That is absolute. That is appalling. Appalling defending from Rovers. Wow. I can't believe it. It's absolutely laughable. Yeah. It's going to be a long afternoon. It's. Well, Darren, with his hat on, he looks like Where's Wally with the hat on. Yeah. Well. Well. I'm absolutely lost for words. I really am lost for words. White's got a hat trick. I'll just write that down. Told you. I can't sing anyway, Kieran. So there'd be no point in me singing. It sounds like Samfield. God, that's a blast from the past. Yeah, no, yeah. Well, it is going to be curtains because we just look like we don't have. Sunderland look like, honestly, I'm not joking. We just look, Sunderland about half a yard quicker to the ball than Rovers are. It gets to a point when you think, well, what can we do? But yeah, there we go. It's currently 3-0. We've played 32 minutes on the clock. Well, there's always Arthur Welfare and Rosington Main if you want to support a non-league team. There's always that. There's yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't really have much to say. It's just I'm shell shocked actually. That's Watford a 3-0 up. You might support Sunderland. Go ahead, mate. Go and support Sunderland. It's abysmal. As Luton have taken the lead against Birmingham, Cardiff for 1-up against Coventry. Yeah, it's Sunderland down this left hand side here. It's Lyndon Gooch with the ball in, and it's away. Good defending there from Rovers. It's very much of a rare highlight of our defending. Christ Almighty. Yes, I admire your spirit, Dylan. I really do. I really admire your spirit. Right now, this is it's just borderline a joke at times. Yeah, I thought that was Bloomfield Road in the library, mate, actually. Some good heading, I have to say, but the defending was absolutely abysmal for it. The first one, set piece, just it was poor. No picking up Wyke or at least challenging him. Second one, again, again, 3-header, and then a third one 3-header. It's just some good heading. It's just a case of the defending has just been poor. Can't wait to get Tom Anderson back for Wednesday night. We need it. Otherwise, we're going to be in dire straits. As Derby have gone 2-0 up against Middlesbrough in the Championship. Looks like Warnock could be available for Blackpool. As Sunderland come down his left-hand side. And it's as it shoots, and it's gone wide. Christ. Thought it was another one then. He's not back till next weekend. Oh. All right, so it must be a week off then because of all the concussion tests. I'm guessing that they want to keep him off. They want to keep him off, I'm guessing. I know it was quite. I know I saw it. It was quite bad. So I'm guessing they'd want to take extra precaution with him. I get that. As Sutton have gone 1-0 up against Bournemouth in the National League. So at the minute, Sutton will be 7 points behind Torquay in the National League in the race for the title, which predictably that could end actually that season. Keshi Anderson. I liked him actually when he first came to the club on loan. I remember him scoring a couple against Shrewsbury, I think it was. Yeah, it was Shrewsbury. And he looked all right. He was a quick player. He was all right, but I don't remember him scoring that many for us on loan. I remember him scoring a couple, but I don't remember him scoring a bag load. But he was okay. Again, he was. Yeah. Yeah, I'd get him off, mate, to be quite honest with you. I would get Cameron John off and move Reece James to left back. I'd bring on Okanabiri and play two up front. We've got nothing to lose. We're 3-0 down. Get off Reece, put Reece James at left back. I admire the chance, Dylan. I really do. I really admire the chance. I respect you for that. I really do need to get. As Gillingham, we've got 2-1 up against Charlton. Yeah, he's a bit like, it reminds me of Andy Williams when we signed him because he scored a bag load of goals for Swindon. I like Baptiste, I really do. Again, I think we just got him at the wrong time because he's knocking on now, Baptiste. He's in his mid, I want to say he's 33, 34, how old he is. Again, I would love to have had him at Donny when he was, I'd say 5-6 years ago. I'd love to have had him. Lokilo, yeah. Again, I'm unsure on Lokilo, to be honest. I just think he's a bit too much of a lightweight. No doubt he's a class player. He's a tricky player, but I just think there's a point. I just think he's too much of a lightweight at times. I don't know. I don't. I just feel like Augusta Breeze could blow him over. Yeah, no, I agree. I think I really admired Baptiste. I think he was. I think he's a class player. But again, we just got him at the wrong time, and he was injured too many times. I mean, we only had him for a season. We only had him on a 1-year deal, but he was injured for most of that time. I think I only seen him play a couple of times for us. Let's have a look as well. And there's other goals that have gone in. As Watford are now 4 up against Bristol City. Will Hughes, Sema has scored now the 4th goal for Watford. Could be worse. Could be Bristol City right now, actually. Yeah. Check all the goals. Cardiff are now 2 up against Coventry. Kiefer Moore has struck the first goal, and we're just waiting on the second one. Absolutely. He's I was going to say world class. Actually, he's a quality player. Tom Anderson. His leadership is second to none for us, and you could tell. Like you say, I do agree. We really do miss him, and it shows how much the team is. He's really that core. In that core, the center of that team that need it. Yeah. No. Maybe look to bring on Sims. We'll see. Yeah, no, yeah, but the thing is that it's sentimental though. That's the problem. What's Stuart Pearce did when he was at Forest? He went back to Forest. He got sacked after 6 months. Team fell away. Same with what's it? There's been a few teams that have been like that. The problem is when you've got when you've been a world class player, or you've a great servant to the club as a player, and you come back as a manager and you don't do well, it never works out. That's why I'm always cautious about that. Sunderland got a free kick, whipped in, as Balcom claims the ball. It's 3-0. We've got 5 minutes before half time. I need a new drink actually. So I'll get that at half time actually. As Burnley still 2-up against Crystal Palace. Checking to League One. No goals so far. No more. So you are all up to date, of course, in terms of the games. It's 3-0 to Sunderland right now. The defence. I'll say my piece at half time because it's been abysmal. Because I'm not joking. They really need a rocket up their arse, Rovers. They really do. It's gone down, but nothing given from the referees. Rovers can break here. Too slow. It's too slow. They had the chance to break, and yet they decide to pass it around the back. We're not Arsenal, although we used to be under O'Driscoll. Yeah. There we go. So, but yes, of course. So I'll say hello if you're new, and if you clicked on the stream, hello guys, welcome to the live stream. My name is Joe Skelton, of course. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, drop a like, of course. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and yes, we want to get to 1,000, and if we can do that, then we will be doing a European game, hopefully, maybe next season. That I am doing that as a promise. Yeah, that was in the late 90s. God, to be fair though, I was only a baby then, so I don't really sort of remember that. But Stendhal, that would be an absolute coup if you got that. If you got Stendhal, that would be a great. Our new signings, we needed them, to be honest, Andy. To be quite honest with you, I just think to say this now, Doncaster have got options and we've got strength in depth. It's absolutely insane to say that. We've got options now in midfield, which is something that we would not have had before. But now we've got opportunities to actually bring on players and think, look, we can change the game. So, as Rovers got a free kick, and it's away. Oh, it's poor. It wasn't a great free kick, to be honest, from Smith, who's had a pretty bang average game, actually. But overall, though, I do think the signings are going to bring something to the team. I think Bogle needs a bit of time to exactly. You can't really judge over one game. Look, after a few months when they've played, that we've got a lot of games over this past few weeks. So this is a great test for them. Great test for the squad, really. I have to say, to really try and to test the nerve, because there's a lot of good teams in this league that we're still going to play. We're still going to play Hull. We're still going to play Accrington. We're still going to play Portsmouth. We're still going to go to Peterborough. Oh no, Peterborough's still going to come to and Sunderland are in here. It could be 4. Oh, it's a brilliant save from Balcom. It's an excellent save. But again, Cameron John allows him inside. Does it just advantage played, and it's Maggie Gomez. That should be a foul. It is. Again, he just allows Gooch. He allows Lyndon Gooch in the side and gets his shot away. I just think the style of Blackpool seems to be that. I don't know about you, but it seems to be very much long ball football. I don't know. As far as I can remember with Blackpool, you're not really been the side to get down and play tiki-taka football. You've always been a bit of a dogged side. Johnny's a left back. Exactly. This is my argument. He did this. I remember when Gillingham last season, he played them left back and he scored 2 own goals. Mind blown. Absolute mind blown. But come on, Sunderland. No, fair enough. Oh, he's got the Yorkshire Rose though. Is that the Yorkshire Rose? Oh, it is. He's got the Yorkshire Rose. So I'll wait. Looks like Leeds. Oh dear. Gonna wash my pots. Can't be asked. I don't blame you. I'm getting a drink at half time. I need it. My throat, my mouth's going dry. need a drink of pop. Yeah. So we'll go around. So we're into added time here and into 2 minutes of added time. Well, I remember. Who was manager? Oh Christ Almighty! See, to be honest, I just think the way that what's in that in my opinion, Blackpool haven't had a great winger since Tom Ince. Tom Ince, some at the time carried Blackpool in some case with he was a cracking player for Blackpool. Celtic or Rangers. I just think that I don't know. There's something about Celtic that I just think the arrogance from them I just don't really like. Rangers, I think they've no doubt about it. They've certainly walked away with that league this season. I think Steven Gerrard has done a cracking job with the team. Some of the players, like the likes of Ryan Kent, Morelos, Ryan Jack. He's a cracking footballer. Yeah. Imagine if fans were at the game today. Yeah, I would have gone to Sunderland today. Absolutely would have gone. I would have done it. But unfortunately, it isn't happening. Tom Ince and Matt Phillips were quality. Yeah, they were actually. I forgot about Matt Phillips actually. I really forgot about him actually. Nah, good players. Of course, West Brom fans will know about Matt Phillips. That's for certain. I liked Whiteman. I did. Don't get me wrong. But I just think his heart wasn't in it. I think he got to a point where he saw the bright lights and you just thought he's going to go. But if I was him, if I was Darren Moore, I would have turned around. But if he really didn't want to be at the club, then Darren Moore's done the right thing and get rid of him. Because if his head's not in it, and that show of arrogance, then he's done the right thing and get rid of him. Absolutely. So half time, it's 3-0 to Sunderland. Hang on, let me just stand up for a sec because I've been in the same position. Ow, my legs. Ow. Ow. Right, I'm going to say this. So first half, I just think Rovers started all right. They started okay, but I just think there was shell shock from that from the goals. Charlie Wyke, I'll give Charlie Wyke a lot of credit. He's been an absolute thorn in that Doncaster back four. Yeah, his aerial ability has been class. But the defending from Rovers has been absolutely abysmal. Some of the goals that Rovers have conceded today have been abysmal. Absolutely, it's shocking. Some of them were free headers, and he can't allow that. Charlie Wyke is a class player. He could be championship quality, but unfortunately, Rovers find themselves 3 down. And if I'm Darren Moore, I want to be firing a rocket up their arse and make some changes at half time because they need it. Otherwise, this could end 4-5, 6-0 the way that they're playing right now. Sunderland look a lot more comfortable than Rovers do on the ball. So there we go. Right, let's see what's up the 6. Wait, Wigan even playing? Oh, clearly not. Both Ince had attitude problems when I thought so because Ince seemed to be that one of those guys that thought that he was bigger than the club. I remember when he was linked to Liverpool a lot, and they were, it was like 15, 20 million, and I just thought the way that he carried himself and thought because he was linked with a lot of these Premier League clubs. It reminded me a lot of Will Hughes. Will Hughes had the same issue as well when he was at Derby. He just, as soon as the big boys at the Premier League decide to look at him, it just that sense of arrogance. I didn't like that. He said he was moving to Inter Milan. For God's sake. Does he really think he was going to break the door down at Inter Milan? Not a chance. I wasn't a fan of Whiteman. The thing is, yes, to some extent, but I just think his attitude. It wasn't. I think at times his style of play was okay, but I just think, in my opinion, I just think his attitude wasn't there and his head wasn't in the right place. I think because he was swayed a lot by the clubs in the Championship, I just think it got to a point where, he just thought, look, I'm bigger than League One. Then I want to be playing in the Championship. I get that, I absolutely do. But the way that you carry yourself, you don't do it by the way. It was like with Marquis a couple of seasons ago when Sunderland were looking at him, and obviously he was going to get swayed because Sunderland, he had a slight chance. Absolutely. He couldn't care less, and his performances showed that. So, in my opinion, Darren Moore's done the right thing and did get rid of him. And we cashed in and we got the money for him. So, is it 4-0? No, it's 3-0 at half time to Sunderland. He can't even do it in the Championship. I know. I just think his head's gone. But I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm going to grab myself a drink because, well, the cup of tea's done and I fancy a cold beverage. So, be 1 minute. Doncaster 3-0 down against Sunderland. Oh. Right then, we're back. Yes, right. And sorry about that. I just thought I'd get my three-way cola from Lidl. It's absolutely amazing, that. Great alternative to proper Coca-Cola. Oh, lovely. Right, let's just go through some of your comments. Now, anyway, I saw him play last season when he played Reading in the FA Cup. I said this last week. And he had a great opportunity to score against Reading. It was you could have put Reading out in the FA Cup, and I remember he tried to chip in at the crossbar, and I just thought, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" But Blackpool that day, Delfonso, Feeney, Spearing, they were absolutely class that day. Nanyue as well was brilliant. And Blackpool deserved to knock out Reading in the FA Cup that day. Magic Gomez. He does. He needs to run against Magic Gomez. He really does. It's a shame that he got injured and he's been out for a bit, but I'm glad to see him back. I would have played Bostock today, actually. I would have played him over Gomez. I would have played Bostock and Smith as the holding, and I would have kept the front. I would have played James at left back. I would have played Lakil. I would have played Lakil at left mid, and then bring on Sims late on in the game if he happens to do that. But certainly he's got to make some changes. He was called it last season. Yeah, absolutely. He was a good player anyway. Yeah, well, just count yourself lucky that you had him and say, you know what, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I'm afraid, you had him and, he was a very valuable player to the squad. So count yourself lucky. We had that with Marcus. If it wasn't for his 26, 27 goals in the season we went into the playoffs, who knows what would have happened. But there we go. We'll run you through the scores at halftime while we're here because, of course, nothing's happening. So in the Premier League, of course, it finished today. Leicester 3, Liverpool 1. Halftime, it's Crystal Palace 0, Burnley 2. Absolutely. I do agree with you there, Andy. Like I say, he does need a run of games. Well, there's a lot of teams that are like that, like us. I'm a bit gutted we didn't sign Jacob Ramsey back. He's doing, for some of the stuff he's done for Villa, I think he's done really, really well. So, I think, Jacob Ramsey, I would have loved to have had him back for this season, but things move on, and obviously Villa have got big plans for him. So there's a great opportunity there. But we'll go through the Championship now. So it finished today: Forest 0, Bournemouth 0. Halftime: Birmingham 0, Luton 1. Cardiff 2, Cardiff 2, Coventry 0. Derby 2, Middlesbrough 1. Huddersfield 2, Wycombe 1. Norwich 2, Stoke 0. Reading 1, Millwall 0. He does a bit, actually, Richards. Again, when Richards came to the club, I wasn't so sure about him because I didn't really know of him, and a lot of people at Brighton didn't really sort of say what he was like. He said he wasn't a bad player but needed some game time. So I didn't really know what he was going to offer. And he was okay, but certainly towards the back end of last year and certainly into this year, he's been absolutely brilliant. And one of the key players, key players this season for us now is, I think we should sign him permanently. He's, but it depends on the money and depends on how much Brian want from him. And even if they do want to sell him. Kevin Phillips, what a player he was, Kevin Phillips. That ultimate fox in the box, class player, brilliant player. I'd love to have had him at Donny. And of course, it's Watford 4, Bristol City 0 at half time. Into League One, a lot of games have been postponed, but of course, half time: Charlton 1, Gillingham 2. It's Hull 0, MK Dons 0. Northampton 0, Burton 0. Plymouth 1, Fleetwood 0. And it's Sunderland 3, Doncaster 0, as we know. Into League 2. Bolton 1, Stevenage 0, Cambridge 0, Southend 0. It's the only 2 games that are in League 2 because majority have all been postponed due to frozen pitches. Into the National League, Stockport 0, Aldershot Town 0, Sutton 1, Boreham Wood 0, and it's Yeovil 0, Altrincham 0. There's no Solid Moors game. National League North, Gloucester 1, Chorley 0, and finally National League South, Dorking 2, Welling 0, Eastbourne Borough 0, Concord 0, Havant and Waterlooville 0, Ebbsfleet United 1, and of course finally Oxford City 3, Chelmsford 0. So there you go. That's all the games right now that's happening right now. So you're all up to date in it, and there we go. So the halftime, it is 3-0. I want to say though, it's been great doing these live streams. It really has, because it's great to connect with, people. Great to connect with all you guys. I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate you talking and sort of get some debates going. I really do, because it's been good to have that. I would say, and I was thinking about this actually. Portsmouth would be one. Portsmouth, I would say, be number 1. I would say Plymouth, would be in the top 5. I would say Ipswich would be in the top 5. Sunderland and do you know what? I wouldn't say Donny. Donny would not be in the top 5. They'd be in the top 10, but they wouldn't be in the top 5. You know what? I would put Blackpool in the top 5. And not because you're on here, Kizza, but I would say Blackpool they're a decent supporter club, and you do bring quite a few. You do bring quite a lot when you come to the keep modes. So no, I would say that would be in my top 5. Who says he's been the best player for us this season? Absolutely, 100% Tom Anderson. Absolutely. I just think his leadership, since he's taken the captaincy off Whiteman, I think he's just become a different player. I just think the role that he's taken it's good to see him be that, and I'm really, really pleased for him because I think for the last season or two he's really, really stepped up, and I'm really, really pleased for him that has been the case. When he first came to the club, I wasn't so. I think when we had him on loan from, did we have him on loan from Burnley? I think we had him on loan. Then they released him. Then we signed him on a free. I just thought, yeah. Do you know what? I wasn't. I was kind of one of those in that category because I wasn't sure what we were going to get from him. But as Bostock comes on for Magic Gomez in the second half, that's the only change that's come from Rovers. So on comes Bostock. I'll just write that down. Often outnumbered, but never outclassed. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he was on loan, and then we signed. Burnley released him, and then we signed him on a free. So, but I really do. I think, like I say, he's really, really stepped up, and I'd say we're in the top 10. I do think we do bring quite a lot. Depending on the club, away fans are not bad actually. I remember us at Sunderland a couple of seasons ago. We were, excuse me, I thought we were brilliant. We took a couple of thousand to Sunderland on that bank holiday weekend. Absolutely boiling hot that day, even though the result was not what I wanted. But it was a class day. Really enjoyed my day out. I need to do, there's a few clubs, of course, in League One I need to tick off. One of them being Portsmouth, Plymouth, of course. If I was to do Portsmouth and Plymouth, I'd have to make a weekend of it, as Corners fizzed in and away by Rovers. We take 5,000 to Preston. But that's close for you though, and like I say, it's one of Preston have always been one of your main rivals. I'm going to say, how many have you taken to Fleetwood? I'm guessing it's got to be at least 2,000 or 3,000 to Fleetwood, because Highbury's not that big anyway. But yeah, that's what I would. Well, I would have brought on Lakilo. I don't think I would have put on Sims just yet. I'd give him a bit of time. Took 1,000 to Ipswich. That's quite impressive to say how far the journey is. Absolutely, but this is absolutely, and that's what I'm crying for. Crying out for. But I remember the days of the champion. I remember the days in the championship when we first went up. We were getting full houses at. So I was on the bench. Let me just have that. Let me just check for you now. No, Simone's is not on the bench. He must be injured actually. But we do have we've got some decent. Yeah, he's not on the bench. We do have Okunabiri, Lokilo, Sims, Robertson, Greaves, Jones, and of course Bostock has come on. Yeah, true. Yeah, I can understand that. As Sunderland are coming forward here, could be another, and it's away. Good defending from Rovers there. Yeah, no, I understand that. I think Highbury's only about 7,000-8,000. I think I might be wrong on that. That's just a long balls. What the hell was that? 5 loans in, and we can't have 6. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Cheers for that. Cheers for clarifying for that. Oh, it's poor. Simple pass from Brad Holiday, and he can't do it right. That's unbelievable. If he would only get 2,000 on a match day. Fleetwood didn't even sell us bear on away day. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. I've not been inside Highbury. Again, it's another one I want to tick off for the 92. One of the things I've said in my lifetime is I want to complete the 92, even though it keeps changing every single season. I do want to tick them all off. But yeah, that's certainly a challenge I want to do. 5,000. Oh, okay. I thought it was around that side, 5,000-6,000. I always thought it would be. I thought it was around that sort of that style. We've got a decent stadium. We do. The problem is though, it just lacks atmosphere to keep home, and that's the thing that I've always gone. You know what? That's just we lost Tuesday and we lost today. Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, this is probably a game we couldn't afford to lose, but now Sunderland, the only saving grace is right now Charlton are getting beat, and as far as I can tell right now, no one's. I mean, Sunderland will be 4 points off Rovers coming into this. But at the same time, the next goal is going to be key. If Rovers can get the next goal, they can at least try and make a fight back. Absolutely, but we've got to win that game in hand. We have to. Otherwise, it's pointless having it. Well, and I said this before, Andy. We get to a point, teams go through periods where they just don't, they're going to drop points. It's inevitable. Unless you're Arsenal, in which case you go through a season unbeaten, as Rovers have got a chance, and it's away by Sunderland. Is it? And it's away now, finally. Yeah, unless you're Arsenal, in which case, you go through a season unbeaten. But it gets to a point in both, it doesn't matter who. You always seem you're going to drop points either way as Rovers come forward again, and it's away by Sunderland. Or it's a chance, and it's blocked. Oh. Blocked in the end there, but Rovers have started well. They've started really, really well in the second half. And I said that, and they've given the ball away. I've got to say. Why do teams only perform versus us? Frustrating. And the shots, and it's wide. Just gone over. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. It just seems to be that for us at Rovers, it just seems it happens. It just happens that the teams turn up against us. I mean, that performance when we played Rochdale and we won 1-0, but it's I thought we were second best in that game. And of course, we play Lincoln, and we were second best against Lincoln. That's a great ball, and Bogle's in. Bogle 1-on-1, trying to take on 2 here. Needs some help. It's John Taylor. Right how they drills it across goal. It's off the post. It's a goal, and that's the goal that we need. And Taylor Richards has scored, but I think it might go down as an own goal. It is. An own goal by Lee Burge, and Rovers are back in the game. Come on. Bogle does well, takes on 2. He pulls it back to John Taylor. Right there. He plays it in, down to Brad Holiday. He drills it across goal. It's a brilliant ball in. Richards with the shot off the post. To be fair, the keeper's unlucky. He's unlucky, but we've got a route back in the game. It's 3-1. Come on, the comeback is on. Come on. Oh, God almighty. Yeah. Now, sometimes when we pass it around the back, it reminds me a lot when we had Dickoff as manager, and we just seem to play boring football. The one thing about Donny Rovers is we never do it the easy way. It just never happens. Like when we played, and they're coming down this left-hand side here, whipped in. Oh, it's a free header. It's a free header, and Charlie Wyke has got another one. It's 4-1. Oh, God Almighty! God Almighty! We're going to win 5-4. I swear to God, if we do, I'm not. We tend to average like last season. We averaged about 6,500, 6,500, 7,000. Oh, it was McGeady that scored it. McGeady, God, how's he still playing in League One? As Josh Sims is about to come on for Rovers, and I swear to God, he's got to bring. Who's he bringing on? As it's Cameron John that's coming off. Cameron John has come off for Josh Sims. I would have done that at half time, but Darren Moore's waits till the 54th minute to actually start playing. So, Reece James has gone to left back. Reece James has gone to left back, and now Josh Sims is now playing left wing. McGeady's class. No, the thing is, I remember his card on FIFA, which was the one at Spartak Moscow with 5-star skills. That was a very good card on FIFA. But good to see Josh Sims back after his ankle problems. So, as Charlton have equalised, and it's now 2-2. Jaden Stockley has scored. Yes, I swear to God. He needs to drop Cameron John in the next game. I really hope he does. Otherwise, there's not going to be much hair in this. I mean, I'm not joking. I really hope when the barbers reopen, this is getting trimmed off because this is honestly, I look like Jack Grealish and not in a good way. Honestly, this is just not good. Is it a penalty? It is. It's a penalty to Rovers. It's a handball and it's a penalty to Rovers. It is. It's a penalty to Donny. That's all right. That's caused a bit of confusion, actually. Yes, and it's John Taylor with a chance to score. It's John Taylor against Lee Burge. It's John Taylor, and he misses. Lee Burge saved it. Yeah. Oh dearie me. Went down the middle and Burge left his legs. Tear my hair out here. I'm not gonna have much hair left to tear out. As we've got a corner and it's is someone making a change? Yeah, looks like Rove. Oh, looks like Lee Johnson's he's got some beef with the referee. And he's been booked. Get him off. Get Lee Johnson off. Get him off. So Lee Johnson's been booked, obviously disputing over the penalty. Well, there we go. As Rovers have got a corner, and it's another corner, actually. Rovers have got a short corner. It's a chance. Oh, it's a good effort. Reece James had a shot. It was always going wide, but it was a good effort. Yeah, I know. It's the phrase I tend to use right now is classic Donny. Wyke has got 4. I thought it was Wyke. Yeah, I thought it was Charlie Wyke that got the other. Yeah. It's just, well, he's a good manager, Lee Johnson. He's championship level, Lee Johnson. He's just, well, he's dropped down to League One. But when Sunderland got him, I was a bit like, well, what can we? Yeah, well, fair enough. But yeah, it is Charlie White that scored it. I thought it was White that scored the goal, but that's a foul. Yeah, that's a foul. That we could be Bristol. There we go. Yeah, right. As we'll check, let's check some of the goals. Right, it's 5. Yeah, 5-0 to Watford. As Sarr has got his second of the game, it's humiliation really. The Premier League, Burnley are 3 up against Crystal Palace. Matthew Lowton has scored. Christ Almighty, when did he start to score goals? There you go, 3-0 to Burnley. There, and it's blocked. Nah, he won't be, especially if Liverpool were linked with Sarr for about 30 odd million. Yeah, I just thought McCann was a bit of a one-trick pony at times. He just, if he was coming up against someone like I remember we played Shrewsbury a couple of seasons ago and we lost 2-0. 2-0, 2-0, 2-1. I can't remember it now. It was just, it was unbelievable how bad we were. That night was just, it was a shocking game. As Cardiff are now 3 up against Coventry, as Josh Murphy gets in on the act, and it makes it another win for Mick McCarthy's side. As Ledbetter comes on for Sunderland. God, Grant Ledbetter, God, he's still pulling up them. Let's have a look. Any goals have gone in. As Sutton are now 2 up against Boreham Wood in the National League. In this case, so Simon Sutton are 2 up against Boreham Wood. And you're all up to date, really. So already many goals have gone in the second half. But I can't believe that. John Taylor missing a penalty. That's absolute criminal. He tried to sort of go half power and sort of half placement, and instead he did nothing. Tried to go down the middle, and keeper just left his legs. So there you go. That's life. But yes, we have played 61 minutes. It's currently 3-0. If you're new around here, of course, my name is Joe Skelton. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, if you enjoyed these and you want me to do more, then let me know. Because to be honest, I've been really enjoying these. Sunderland have got the ball, and it's blocked by Halliday. And McGeady's still got the ball here down his left-hand side. Pulled back and away. And now the break's on. It's Bostock. It's 4-1, mate. 4-1 to Sunderland. And it's out for a throw into Rovers, I believe. Yep. Well, you're, I don't know how many points you're off Sutton. I think you're currently 4th at the minute. But yeah, it's just, well, what can we say? What can I say? You're going to support Forest Green. Why would you support those eco mentalists? If you want to support a team in League Two, support Cambridge United. That's I never thought I would ever say that on a stream or anywhere, anything. Wow. Support Cambridge. No, that doesn't ring a bell. A Sunderland looking very comfortable on the ball, eco-friendly all the way. Jeremy Clarkson would hate you. But there we go. Yeah, but well, the Sunderland are coming forward again, and it's away by Reece James. So there we go. There we go. Breaks on for Rovers. Yeah, Cheltenham are not a bad side actually. They've got 3 of our players, ex-players, Andy Williams, Alfie May, and Matty Blair. We'll take. My leg, it's killing me again. Oh, it's weird. When I sit down, it's hitting my leg, my right leg. I might just do this from now on. Let's just check the goals in the game. Is there any more? They've flown in. Well, Harrow and Waterlooville have equalised, and it's Oxford City are 4 up against Chelmsford in non-league. Again, nothing much is really happening in the game. The Sunderland look very comfortable on the ball. They're coming down this right-hand side here. And Norwich have gone 3-1 up against Stoke City. Team of Pookie. It might be Team of Pookie, actually, that scored it. Oh, Nick Powell's. Cambridge United only Wes Houlihan. Yeah, to be fair, though, Wes Houlihan is still doing bits at 38. That's not a bad way to go. As Rovers are breaking now through Bogle. Bogle goes for goal. Oh! He's unlucky, to be fair. He's looking for a corner. He's unlucky. He does well. A bit of good confidence there, good play. He's unlucky. Why can't we be consistent? Because with Donny, we never do things the easy way. That's the thing with us. That's the thing that I've learned over the years, is that we never do things the easy way. Look at Brentford. Has Sims done anything since he's come on? Not really. I forgot he was actually on the pitch, to be fair. He's on that left-hand side. He's not really done much in the game. So he's just been a bit... Yeah, he needs to get more into the game, to be honest, Sims. He's just... Seems to be lacking, all right, and he's lacking a bit of game time, but he really does need to get himself more involved, and he's been shoved on that left-hand side. He's not really done anything. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That'd be better. I can cash out for 1p. Check all the goals. Nothing I see. Sim imagine needs to play. They do. To be honest, I'd start Sims on Wednesday night, against Accrington. Might as well go for it. Might as well. Need to start winning games again. Look at the next fixtures for Rovers. It's not easy. Those are not easy games, to be honest. Let's have a look. Next games: Accrington at home, Hull at home, then Blackpool away. Not easy games, that. Although the Blackpool game is winnable. How much do you get when you... Pretty much nearly full house. Pretty much. I mean, I think when we played them last season, I think there was about 13,000, 14,000 there. So effectively nearly full house when we played them. When we played them away, which I think the season I remember when I went to New York Stadium to see Rotherham Donny, we took about 2,500, 3,000 to Rotherham for the derby game, that was a great day out, barring the result. But yeah, it was a great day out for seeing our away game. But yeah, it's 68 minutes gone. It is currently 4-1. Go to Blackpool and see what happens to you. Love to see that, mate. To be honest, that'd be quite funny to see that. I'm only kidding with you. England, Italy. It finished England 41, Italy 18. England got a bonus point in the game. Didn't see much of the game though. I know as a result. My dad was watching it downstairs actually, so he's a bit of hesitation there from Joe Wright, and the breaks on for Sunderland. McGeady, good defending there from Bostock. So England won 41-18. Yeah, fair play to you. I mean that's quite good. I mean, most of the teams that when they've gone to Sunderland, they always seem to tend to bring a lot, and it purely because I think, Sunderland is certainly the worst away end I've been at, purely because you're at the top, you're right at the top end like Newcastle. You can hardly see anything. When you go up those stairs, it reminds me of like, doing some sort of like Takeshi's Castle like sort of mission. But checking any more goals that have gone in. It's currently Huddersfield 2, Wycombe 2. So Wycombe are now level at Huddersfield. Wow, that's any more goals. Let's have a look still. Other than that, as it is now Yeovil 1, Altrincham 0 in the National League. So Yeovil winning against Altrincham, who are going well actually in the National League. They're sitting fourth in the league, but after this point result against Wrexham in midweek, awful end away end. I've done the away end at Bolton. I've got a mate of mine who's a Northampton fan, and we went there a few seasons ago. Yes, it's okay, but the stadium's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's in the middle of nowhere. One thing I love to do on away day is go for a pint. Can't go anywhere unless you go into the concourse, in which case it's not the same. Unless there's you don't go. As Robertson has come on, Robertson has made his way on. It looks like Akilo's come on as well. Yeah, Akilo's come on, and I believe that John Taylor's gone off as well. So, yeah, there we go. Away stand. Yeah, well, I did Bradford last season against Grimsby. I was in the Bradford end, and Grimsby took I think nearly 2,000 to Bradford. Great. I'll tell you what, full credits to them. As breaks on for Rovers, and it's away. Kilo looked quite bright. Kilo's looked bright since he's come on. Actually, he's down his right hand side. It's Sims. Oh, yeah. You could tell he's out of form. You could tell he needs a bit of game time. He doesn't look as sharp onto the ball as he did before. But he just needs a run of games. But I'm glad that he's back, fitting back as well. Any goals that have gone in? No, I have been to them and I've been past them, but I've not actually been inside the pubs. I know that they're like proper pubs that you could go for a pint in. It's great, but I think the games when I've been to Stockport, I've been on my own, so I don't want to like Billy No Mates when I've been drinking. So yeah. To be fair, the concourse at that Cheadle Road stand, I really, really like it. I think it's class. Right to the top, we took 3,000 and sold out more fans. No, again, yeah, no, but fair play there. 3,000 there. It's 3,000 of Bolton. Yeah, I'm not too surprised though. Again, Bolton's not that far away, but again, Bolton were probably the closest team you could do around that time when you were in League Two and League One. So, no, it's one of I understand. I kind of understand. There's lots to do in Blackpool, to be honest, on the away day. I've been through it. I've been through Blackpool. I did a video ages and ages ago. Visited all the grounds around like Lancashire and Greater Manchester, which took me 2 days to do. There's two parts to that video. And when I drove through, because I drove through Fleetwood into Blackpool, which is about 9 miles, there's quite a lot of pubs. I've been in Blackpool as well. There's a lot of pubs, especially near the ground. I know there's I've been in the Weatherspoons, I've been in the Spoons near. I can't remember what it's called actually. It's near the Blackpool Tower. You'll probably know where that is. You'll probably know what it's called, Kizza. But yes, we are. There's about 15 minutes left of the game. It's currently 4-1 to Sunderland. It's certainly quieted down now. It looks like the confidence has just gone out of Donny. We should sign Danny Rose. I'd love to have Danny Rose. Born and bred Donny lad. I'd love to have him at Donny, but I just think his wages were a bit too high, actually. Ain't feeling well. Yeah, right next to the tower. Yeah. I've been in there. It's quite nice, actually. It's quite nice inside. Can't be a good pint there, actually, at Spoons. Read the Donny players ain't feeling well. Where? What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Dylan? Is it is there like a bug going around the camp or something? I appreciate that, but I will come. Like a lot of the stuff. I mean, the thing is, at the minute, with I've got like a lot of work experience when it comes to with radio. I'm doing a lot of. I've not been to. I've been past Pleasure Beach, but I've not actually been to it. I do want to go. It does look quite good, though. I have to say. What's with the winky emojis, Dylan? Sunderland looking to bring on a player. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Simon. I will come because I'm doing a lot with radio and I'm doing some work experience with Switch Sports in Birmingham, and I will be doing some commentary for them next season. My excuse for losing. Yeah, I know. I understand where you're coming from. So I'll be doing a lot of commentary in Birmingham, but I still want to make videos. I still want to do all this. So I still want to come to grounds, even if it's midweek. I'll still try and get to Stockport, maybe on a Tuesday night during a midweek game when fans do return. But we'll go through some of the goals if there is any more goals gone into the game. So yeah. Blackpool's a rate tip. Dylan, you're baiting him. You're baiting him. Cameron John has just cost me a goal on FIFA. Well, there's Cameron John. Look, everywhere is closed. Then again, I could say that about Donny in the Ardell Centre. I can't really. Most of the streets are scruffy. I could say that about Donny, to be honest. The streets are pretty scruffy around in town centre, as looking to get rid of it. Why are we messing around with the ball in our area and away? There we go. That's it. Really bugs me this. Trying to play out from the back. It really bugs me. Why don't you just clear the ball? Well, there we go. There are 12 minutes left of the game. It is 4-1 to Sunderland. It just seems to be, like I said, the confidence has gone out to Donny, and Sunderland have seemed to have just accepted that. Well, they've taking the game away from Donny. Yeah, I would agree with that. God, yeah. I would agree with that, Kieran. Driven through Rotherham, walked around Rotherham. It's not nice. Donny's a beautiful place. Depends on where you go around Donny. If you the town centre could do with some paint. Around the marketplace, it's a bit not great, but yeah, there's some nice areas around Donny. But there we go. Yeah, I'm not here to talk about geography. That's for certain. But there we go. We are nearly 10 minutes left in the game. It just seems to be that, yeah, we're not going to get a thriller like we've had done. A lot of homeless people, ain't there? I wouldn't know unless I'm doing a documentary about them. Places like Bawtry are not nice. Yeah, Bawtry's nice. Yeah, I don't live far from Bawtry actually, so yeah, I do like Bawtry. Do you think Donny are going up? I'd love to see Donny go up, but the way they were playing right now, that's a great challenge. It's a great challenge. I'd love to see them go up, but I think the way they were playing right now, I mean, consecutive defeats. Yeah, it's not easy, but we've got to bounce back on Wednesday. We have to. As Rovers move forward, and it's away. The Sunderland come forward again. Yeah. And yeah, so Rovers have got the ball, and it's Bostock out to right. We're going to see if there's any more goals in the game. Of course. As Burton have taken the lead against Northampton, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is at the wheel for them. As much as I hate to say it. There we go. There we go. Check any more goals that have happened. No. So you're all up to date. But who scored for Burton? Oh, no more. What radio work are you going to be doing? Well, I'm going to be doing some commentary for non-league. Hopefully, all being well, next season when fans do return, I will be when the league sort of restarts or starts again. I'll be doing some of the teams around Birmingham for Switch Sports. Next, John Motson. I tell you that. I told you the plan. I've got a plan, and the plan is to take Martin Tyler's job. 5 years. We have 5 years. I'm taking Martin Tyler's job for Sky. That is an absolute certain. I'm no doubt about that, because I hate hearing Martin Tyler's voice on commentary. It's so boring. It's like the passion has gone out of him. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But then you've got Neville, who I don't mind listening to Neville, but then Carragher, he just winds me up. Carragher, like, he just doesn't have the voice for commentary. Like the days with Andy Gray. See, that's all very well with Blackpool, but I just don't feel that you would fill it. No offense. I just don't feel that Blackpool could fill a 20,000 stadium. It's like us. We had plans to make ours 25,000. I remember John Ryan was talking about years and years ago. Richards is the best. Oh, I agree 100%. Yeah. Mickey Richards is absolutely classy. Mickey Richards is the only one that can wind up Roy Keane and get away with it. It's just brilliant to see it. It's like Richards and Keane remind me of Dumb and Dumber. That's what I love about it. In the Championship, we sell every week. We would sell in the Championship, but the problem is we seem to have a lot of fair weather supporters, and it annoys me because I said this before, in the Championship, we used to get 12, 13,000, and then it seemed to just drop off. And you think, where are all those fans gone? And what are they doing with themselves? Are they sitting? Are they sitting? What like I'm doing now? Are they sitting on with Soccer Saturday on, looking at the Donny game? Pointless. I'm going to switch on the light. One sec. Well, there we go. That's a bit better. At least then. Yeah. It's getting a bit dark actually. It's a bit grey. We've still got some snow around in where I am. It doesn't seem to want to shift. As MK Dons have just scored against Hull. It's 1-0 to MK Dons, and it's Scott Fraser with a penalty. So Hull are looking like they're going to drop points again under Grant McCann. Yeah, we're a bit like that as well. As Rovers are on the chat with Lakilo. Lakilo looking to take on Tillwood. Shoots! Oh. That's the one thing I'd say. He's been bright, Lakilo, since he's come on. He's really been positive since he's come through. I love to. 5 Live, Sky, anyone. That's the thing. That there's a point where, as soon as I started to really think with this channel, that, you know what, I could really make a career out of doing this, commentating or reporting. I really thought to myself, you know what, I could really do it. You know what, I'd love to be on Quest. I'd love to present the Football League highlights on a Saturday night, or do Match of the Day. I'd love to do that. That'd be amazing. Like I say, yeah, I presented it because I like Colin Murray. I really do. I think he's a really good presenter. Better than most people. But yeah, there are some that you just think they're not cut out for TV, or they just don't have the voice. Possibly. Again, it's all the thing that you've got to know is it's all about investment, and whether those fans are willing to invest in that, and whether, you know, if the club sees a future in that and extends it to 20,000, then they could. It's a possibility, but at the end of the day, it's got to be. It's an investment. I'd end up punching Shearer. Why? Do you know like Alan Shearer? I think he's quite a good pundit. He's better than Genus. Genus, Keown, Savage, are absolutely awful pundits. Shearer and Ian Wright are better than those three. Oh, and Tim Cahill and who else have you got? Leon Osman and our team. Yeah, exactly, Andy. I agree. It'd be the same for us. Depending on how we play in the Championship. But a lot of our fans would be pleased that we were in the Championship because they want to see good football. So, I think we'd get a decent crowd in the Championship if we went up. No, fair enough. I mean, I don't mind Shearer, but again, he's certainly better than. Yeah, I agree with you. Those three pundits, Keane, Richards, and Neville. They are. Oh, it's a penalty. That's a penalty to Rovers. I swear to God. Oh, we scored this. Looks like the Kilo's going to have this. Chappers, yeah. No, I agree, yeah. So let's have a look at this again. So the Kilo's down his right-hand side. 1-on-1. He's 1-on-1 against there. Yeah, it's a penalty. It's Lakilo against Burge. That's the worst penalty I've ever seen in my life. He's missed it. That really just sums up our performance today. Yeah, there we go. So Lakilo misses a penalty. I can't believe it. It's actually, as Norwich are 4-1 up, Coventry pulled a goal back. Again, yeah. As Millwall are 1-1. I hate Carrigan. I don't hate him. I just dislike his punditry style. I just think he's boring. Well, he's not boring. I just don't think at times he knows what he's talking about. And he doesn't really, he doesn't come across very concise and clear on how he does his punditry. It's no, I've met it. I actually met Carragher. I met Carragher. He's actually a nice chap. He's very biased. I agree with that. But I met him last year. No, not last year. Year before. Kansas just missed a penalty. Also, crikey, it just seems to be as Rovers are going for it and it's blocked. As Rovers, it's just not going to be our day. Rovers, not going to be our day. The way that we're playing right now. Kansas just missed a penalty. Yeah, it's like I say, one of those days. Souness is okay. I could listen to Souness talk, but again, he just seems to be. I don't know. He just seems to have a massive beef with Pogba. That's just spits on kids. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that video. I was in France actually for my uni, and I saw it. My mate showed it to me, and I was like, the problem is he got baited, and he really shouldn't have need. He shouldn't need to bite that because there was no point. You could tell a United fan wants to piss him off, but he didn't need to do that. That's right. I wouldn't say that's a stereotypical sign of Liverpool. I just think that's the person itself. You know, unfortunately, that it's not that. That's the thing that I don't particularly like. Even though people say, "Oh, that's Liverpool fear," that's not the thing I argue about. That is that that's down to the person itself and the personality of who he is. Yeah, cheers, Simon. Thanks for joining on the stream today. I really appreciate you coming on. As Gillingham have just scored late on against Charlton, late on. So Charlton are heading for another defeat. He is actually a nice guy. When I met him, he came. I was working at Sports Direct, and he came in with his mate, and we were just sat around a conversation for about 20 minutes. Really, really nice chap. It's just, I don't know. It can be. I don't know. It's like we've had when I was working in Liverpool, we had a few people. Well, it's Liverpool actually that I like because when I was little, the first kit I had, my dad's a massive Liverpool fan. When I was little, the first kit I ever had was Liverpool, and I didn't get my first Rovers kit till I was about 5-6 years old, and my dad started taking me to Rovers. So that's how I started loving Doncaster Rovers. You could have Pleasure Beach this summer. That'll be good. That'll be good. It'll be good to have. It'll be quite good. You'll be like Neil, and yeah. Sorry, mate. It is. Yeah. No, it's fair enough. I mean, that's. Sorry, mate. Sorry, but that's just yeah. But I've enjoyed having you on, Andy. It's been really. I've really enjoyed having you on the stream, though. As we're into out of time, though, there's about 30 seconds left in the game. It's well, it's been an absolute stinker of a game from Rovers' point of view. Christ. Yeah, there we go. 15 seconds left in the game. Should just blow the final whistle. Just go on, ref, blow the whistle, be done with the game. As we head into it should be 3 minutes now. And that's it. Full time. 4-1. It's an absolute well, I have to say, let's go through it. So if I was to give man of the match for them, it would be Charlie Wyke. It was a great performance for them. It was a great performance from Charlie Wyke, actually. His forward play was absolutely brilliant for them. As for Rovers, well, the inquest goes on. I just think, well, the performance today, they started all right, and then they conceded the first goal from a set piece, which was awful defending. Most of the game defending was absolutely dreadful. Some of the goals, I mean, there were 3 headers as well, but again, missed opportunities from the penalty spot. Not doing what they need to do, and I'm afraid it's cost them. He did. McGeady and Gooch down the both flanks, they were class today. They really ran the show for Sunderland. And he just had too much over Brad Halliday today. And McGeady down the left hand side. He was you could tell at 34 he could still tough question. Yeah, he got 3 assists. Yeah, he did. It would be a toss-up between Wyke or McGeady for man of the match, really, in the game, if I was really completely unbiased and being honest. But I would give it to Wyke. I think his finishing was excellent today. For Donny, the best player for them, it's tough. I would probably say, I think they were all average today, Rovers, to be brutally honest. None of them really stood out. And it was a far cry from what they were a week ago. But if I was to Lakilo. Yeah, Lakilo's a class. I mean, he came on and he was very positive. If I was to really say who played, I would say Donny's best player. I'd say Lakilo, who came on. He was brilliant. He was a lot more positive than most people get wiped. Yeah, that's funny. Now, but fair play to Sunderland. Yeah, they were ruthless in front of goal. Ruthless play from them today, and they deserved the 3 points. As for Rovers, picked themselves up on Wednesday against Accrington at home, and they need to start performing. Otherwise, well, the only saving grace today for them was Hull getting beat by MK Dons by 1-0. And of course, Charlton getting beat by Gillingham is another good thing for Sunderland. There we go, guys. It's been a pleasure, of course, on the streams. And if you're new around here, of course, subscribe to the channel, drop a like as well, but yes, really pleased that you've come along today with the stream. And yeah, all the best for Sunderland for the season. Yeah, give Reece James the next pen. Yeah, I would actually. It'd be like Leighton Baines with his penalties. But yes, no, guys. Going to put our week team out for Wednesday. I don't know. We need to bounce back, and if that cup is utter trash, well, I have to say, from a point of view, you just got to say, that Sunderland, Sunderland have got to, I think Sunderland could be favourites for that cup anyway. So it happens though. If you're in that position where you're in League One, you're in that, it's going to happen. I mean, you came close when you played Portsmouth. Yeah, I mean, you could argue that for some of the, you could say that when you played, if you're in that, none of the teams are going to take it seriously when they're in that position, because unless they get to the semi-final when there's an opportunity to actually win the trophy, it's not going. Teams not going to take it seriously. But anyway, guys, I want to say though, big thank you to everyone that's joined on the stream today, and yeah, this is what we do now from now on. We're going to be doing streams until we return to stadiums. So I want to say big thank you to everyone that came into the stream today. And I'd hope to see you all very soon. We will be doing another stream next week. That's an absolute certain. So, guys, thank you so much. Stay safe, everyone. And if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment and like the video and drop a like on the video. So thanks so much, guys. And I'll see you very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Yeah, it was for you. Bye, guys.